Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's Tuesday review video. I keep thinking this is a piece of my hair sticking out of my little space bun, but it's not, it's part of the background. In today's Tuesday review video, we're going to be talking about Essence's Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. It says it's with hyaluron and aloe vera. I have mine in the shade 010 Cool Porcelain, and I picked this up from a Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada, and it is the foundation I'm wearing today. I believe 010 Cool Porcelain is the lightest shade this foundation comes in. We're going to take a quick look at it on the Essence website. So the price is, I believe, in American dollars here and not in Canadian dollars. So I think it might have been a couple more when I bought it. But here it says it's $6.99. It says it comes in 31 shades. Now, Shoppers definitely didn't have 31 shades. They had more like 5 or 6, but if you are interested in buying this foundation and you buy it online, you can buy from the full shade range, which actually doesn't look that bad. Details. Pretty and natural. The Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera provides a natural, medium coverage finish and weightless feel for up to 24 hours, leaving you with the perfect combo of pretty and natural. Vegan, paraben-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, and gluten-free. So, first and foremost thing I want you to know about this foundation is that the color on the box in the store is not the same as the color you get, okay? Because I bought the lightest shade Cool Porcelain based on the swatch on the box because I thought it looked quite dark. But when you actually take the bottle out of the box and you get it home, the color on the outside of the bottle is much different than the color on the outside of the box. So don't base it on the box. Look at the swatches online or something because this foundation is too pale for me. Like, it's even too pale for me, and it makes me not want to wear it because it's just like straight up white. I had to wear so much bronzer today in order to wear this for you because I felt like it makes me look sickly because it's so pale, and I'm pretty pale myself, so yeah, but the color you get there is not the color you get when you put it on. I quite like the packaging. It's very minimal. It's just a squeezy bottle. I love that. When I apply it, I do use a brush. You could probably also use your hands or a sponge, but I prefer to use a brush. I find that this foundation looks the best when I have a fairly hydrated base underneath it, so I've been using like the NYX hydrating primer, whatever it's called lately, or just putting this on shortly after I put on my moisturizer. That's when I find it looks the best. If I wait too long and my skin is dried out too much, it can cling to dry patches a little bit. So when my skin is like freshly moisturized, it looks fairly natural. It doesn't really seem to cling anywhere or highlight any sort of bumpiness. It doesn't really have a sheen to it, and it's not matte. It really truly does have a natural finish. The way I put it on with the brush, it does give me a sort of light coverage, but I do find that if you want to build this up in spots, that works as well. I wouldn't put it on any heavier on my whole face personally, because then it might look a little heavy. Something that I do really like about this foundation is that I don't find that it transfers too bad. Like, sometimes I put foundation on and then I change my shirt to shoot a video and the inside of said shirt that I've changed into is covered in foundation. Especially today because I have space buns on. It kind of gets stuck because I'm awful at getting dressed, and I really thought I was going to have foundation all over the inside of the shirt and I have nothing. It's fine. So I really like that. It makes it very convenient for getting dressed because it doesn't dry down matte, but it's not tacky, so it dries down enough, and I powder it so that it doesn't really transfer, which I quite like. My only issue with this foundation, I find, is that it just doesn't wear as nicely as some of my other foundations do. Like, so right now, this is my face 8 hours after I put it on, actually, yes. And it still looks good. It looks fine. But I find personally that it doesn't do a whole lot to control my oil or to extra hydrate my skin or anything like that. Overall, I find it to wear pretty sort of average. Like, it's not a bad foundation. I will use this, well, okay, I'm going to have a hard time using this whole bottle because it's so pale, but let's say AU where I bought the right shade. If I had the right shade, I would actually use it all, and it would be quite easy to do that. I might use this to mix in with a more matte foundation or to just pale a foundation down, but overall, I find this foundation to, it wears nicely, it looks okay. I think you could do worse. I also think you could do better. I definitely have foundations I like more. But for such an inexpensive foundation with a fairly decent shade range at a drugstore price, I think this is actually pretty nice. I quite like it, and I really do like it, especially after I've set it with a powder in some of my more oily spots, and if I use a hydrating primer underneath it, like I said, in my more dry spots, I do find that it just wears very evenly and nicely. That's a good way to describe this foundation, I think. It's very nice. I'm not enthused by it, but I'm also not disappointed by it. It's alright. It's nice. I really like Essence as a brand, just in general, because a lot of their stuff is, sorry, I'm feeling my face to see if it's tacky and if I just lie to you. It's not tacky. I think I'm just sweaty. But overall, I really like Essence as a brand because they typically have good shade ranges They're cruelty-free. A lot of their products are like vegan or something of that sort. And most importantly, they're very inexpensive. One of my most popular videos on this channel actually is testing their dip eyeliner, that's what it's called. And I really love that eyeliner. They've reformulated it like 1,000 times since I shot that video. But I really do like that eyeliner. And overall, I find that Essence has a bunch of great products. I would love to try one of their concealers one day. That would be fun. But this is a fairly good foundation. It looks nice. I would not recommend it if you have dry skin, that is for sure. Because I have found that on days when I wore it and my skin was dry, or even right down here where I have some healing acne, it really clings to the flakes. But if you have sort of if you have sort of normal, oily-ish skin, this could look really nice on you. I just wouldn't go for it if you're super oily or super dry. You're going to need something that's a little more intense if you're either extreme end of the spectrum. And anyway, those are my thoughts on the Essence Pretty Natural Foundation. The biggest takeaways from this video, I would say, is do not go with the swatch on the box, okay? The box swatches lie to you. Don't make my mistake. This shade, this cool porcelain shade, okay? Look at how pale I am, and it's too pale for me. That's all I can say. Go with your gut. I wanted to get the second lightest shade, and I didn't. I talked myself out of it and got the lightest shade, and that was a mistake. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you next time. Bye!